A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you who have joined in person and those who are connected online through YouTube, through WebEx. So all are cordially welcome to this special seminar on Pradhan Mantri Vikshit Bharat Rozgar Yojana or PMVBRY. So we have with us distinguished personalities, and we specially welcome Madam G. Madhumita Das, Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor, Ministry of Labour and Employment, Government of India, as our chief guest. And our guest of honor, Sri B. Lalzamang, Additional Central Provident Fund Commissioner, West Bengal, Sikkim, and Andaman Nicobar Islands. We also have with us other senior officers. So I'll request Sri T. K. Mukherjee, Regional Provident Fund Commissioner, 1, Regional Office, Park Street, to welcome all the participants. Sir.
Good morning, everyone, in this conference hall, and those connected with us in the YouTube and WebEx. It is our great honor to warmly welcome Madhumita Das Madam, Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor in the Ministry of Labour and Employment, Government of India. Madam has been serving the nation as dedicated civil servant in different positions and roles for about 3 decades. And she is with Ministry of Labour and Employment for about 3.5 years. Madam has kindly joined us today in this workshop to interact with us and to guide us about various aspects of Pradhan Mantri Vikshit Bharat Rozgar. We'll call it as a scheme in the future reference of this. Madam, you are the most authentic authority to discuss about the scheme. Now we know the provisions of the scheme, but you have been involved in last several months, in clause by clause discussions about pros and cons of each provisions of the scheme. Secondly, Madam is also nodal officer for the state of West Bengal for monitoring this scheme. Thirdly, Madam, Madam is also member designate of the steering committee, which will look after the working of the scheme and for any possible modification if required in future. We look forward for your continued guidance and assure you that RO Park Street and other offices of West Bengal will take all efforts for ensuring implementation of the scheme in full potential. We are greatly honored by your gracious presence, madam. Thank you for coming and taking time out to come over here. It is my great pleasure to welcome Sri B. Laljaman sir, Additional Center Provident Fund Commissioner, in this interactive workshop on Pradhan Mantri Vikshit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Sir has joined as Zonal Head of EPFO West Bengal. Just a few months ago, and within a few months, all officers of West Bengal have been energized and inspired by his positive attitude and decisive leadership. Sir has unique and rare quality of lowering our stress level down whenever we interact with it. That's a really very rare quality for a superior officer. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Sri A.K. Sharma sir. Regional Director and Additional Commissioner of ESIC, sir. Sir and his team will present his pre-2025 later on in this interactive workshop. Warm welcome to Sri Chiti Jan, sir, who has newly joined in Kolkata, I have heard about. And welcome to Sri Devashish Varman, sir. Let's come. On behalf of Regional Office Park Street, I extend warm welcome to all employers, employer representatives, and HR managers who have come to this workshop in such a short notice. All your queries will be replied by us and by Madhumita ma'am herself. Thank you everyone. Madam, Steel Authority of India Limited has accepted our request to host this interactive workshop and provided this beautiful and cozy conference hall. So since it is their hall, so I can't welcome them here. I just request S.K. Sharma sir, the Executive Director, to say a few words to ma'am and to this gathering. Thank you everyone.
Good morning, namaskar. It gives me immense pleasure to give a warm welcome to this distinguished gathering at our sale office on the promotion of Pradhan Mantri Vikshit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. On behalf of organization, I have the honor of welcoming our esteemed chief guest, Srimati Madhumita Madam, Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor, Ministry of Labour and Employment, Government of India. I also extend a warm welcome to Sri B. Laljaman sir, Additional CBFC, EPFO, West Bengal, Andaman Nicobar, and Sikkim. To all other senior officers of EPFO, ESIC, and all distinguished participants who have joined us today. Employment is not just about livelihood. It is about dignity. It is about empowerment and building a stronger nation. As we all aware, the Pradhan Mantri Vikshit Bharat Rozgar Yojana has been envisioned to promote employment generation, ensure employability, and strengthen social security, particularly in the manufacturing sector. It is also heartening to note that ESIC will be presenting a scheme for promotion for registration of employer and employee, which aims at expanding social security coverage under ESI Act. This initiative will go a long way in the securing a well-being of the workforce and ensuring inclusive growth. We are truly privileged to host such a diverse and accomplished group of leaders and experts whose knowledge, experience, insight will enrich today's deliberation. Your presence today stands as a testament to the significance of the subject, what for we are here. I extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you for being here. I look forward to the enlightening presentation and meaningful discussion that lies ahead. Thank you, and once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm and thoughtful welcome. Now, as I said that we are honored with a galaxy of personalities present here. So we'll formally welcome our respected guests and respected participants with flower bouquet. So first of all, I'll request our additional Central Provident Fund Commissioner, B. Lajaman sir, to kindly present the flower bouquet to our chief guest, Madam G. Madhumita Das, Additional Secretary, Financial Advisor. Thank you, sir. Then I will request our respected Regional Provident Fund Commissioner, Sri Tushar Kant Mukherjee, to kindly present the bouquet to our Additional Central Provident Fund Commissioner. Sir. Thank you, sir. I will also request Mukherjee sir to kindly welcome Sri S.K. Sharma, Executive Director Finance, Steel Authority of India. Thank you, sir. Sir, I will also request you to kindly present the bouquet to Sri A.K. Sharma, Additional Commissioner and Regional Director, Employee State Insurance Corporation, West Bengal and Sikkim. Thank you, sir. I will also take the opportunity to request Mukherjee sir to kindly present a bouquet to Mr. Devashish Borman, Assistant Director, ISS MSME, DFO, Kolkata. Please, Mr. Sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. I request Mr. Suraj Gupta sir to kindly present a bouquet to respected Tushar Mukherjee sir, Regional Provident Fund Commissioner of Park State. Well, I request Mukherjee sir to kindly present a bouquet to Deputy Labour Commissioner Satish Jain. Now we have with us our respected Regional Provident Fund Commissioner Grade 1s of different regional offices in and around Kolkata. So I will first request Suraj Gupta sir to kindly present a bouquet to Randhir Kumar sir, Regional Provident Fund Commissioner, Regional Office, Kolkata. Thank you, sir. Sir, I will also request you to kindly present a bouquet to Sri Saurabh Kumar sir, Regional Provident Fund Commissioner, Regional Office, Howrah. Sir, I will also request you to kindly present a bouquet to Abhijit Kundu sir, Regional Provident Fund Commissioner, Zonal Training Institute, East Zone. I request our respected Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner, Joydeep Ganguly, to please present a bouquet to Rupesar Singh sir, Regional Provident Fund Commissioner, Regional Office, Barakpur. Ganguly sir, I will also request you to kindly present a bouquet to Mr. A.K. Tiwari, Joint President, Birla Jute and Industries Limited. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So now we'll move into the second phase of our program with a PowerPoint presentation on PMVBRY, and it will be presented by Sri Abhijit Kundu, Regional Provident Fund Commissioner, Grade 1 of Zonal Training Institute, East Zone. Over to sir.
Honorable Chief Guest, Ma'am, senior officers, dignitaries, employers, their representatives. First of all, I will again like to welcome everyone to this interactive workshop come seminar, and for the senior authorities for giving me this opportunity. So I presume all of you till now have heard something about this very ambitious scheme or Yojana that the government has launched called the PMVBRY or Pradhan Mantri Vikshit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. It's a very ambitious scheme because it has a huge outlay, an outlay of close to 1 lakh crore rupees to be what you can say disbursed or implemented over a 2 to 4 years period, and very innovatively designed, which we will see in details with many what you can say design elements which have been incorporated for the first time in a government scheme. So if we just look into the an overview of what has been planned, what basically the government is trying to achieve. So the government hopes to create around more than 3.5 crore jobs through this scheme, or as an effect of the implementation of this scheme over this period of 2 to 4 years, and of which it is expecting that 1.92 crore jobs will be for first timers. First timers means people who are eligible to get a job. They have finished their studies but have not got a job till now. This scheme was launched by our Honorable Prime Minister from the ramparts of the Red Fort on the occasion of the recently concluded 79th Independence Day celebrations. So it's a big scheme or Yojana for the Government of India. It is being implemented through the Ministry of Labour and Employment and through the mechanism of EPFO, or using the database, the software of EPFO, it is being implemented. It has a 2-year registration period. It has started from 1st of August 2025. It will continue up to 31st of July 2027. And as Shri S.K. Sharma and some dignitaries were already discussing, that it focuses more on the manufacturing sector. It is open, or all establishments which are covered under EPFO, which have a PF code number, which come under the EPF and NP Act, are eligible to get the benefits under this scheme. But the establishments which are in the manufacturing sector, they will get the benefits for 2 more years. So for all other establishments, it is for 2 years. For manufacturing sector, it is for 4 years. If we just have a broad outlook, then the scheme is basically divided into 2 parts. One is for the employees, or specifically the first-time employees or the newcomers who will be getting the job for the first time during this 2-year period. That is starting from 1st of August 2025 up to 31st of July 2027. For them, it is the scheme A, which envisages to provide them an incentive of up to rupees 15,000, and in a particular manner with certain conditionalities. Then there is the second part, which is for the employers or the people who will be generating the job, or which the government expects to generate the job as because of this scheme or because of the incentive given in this scheme. They will get a benefit against the jobs created with certain conditionalities up to rupees 3,000 per employee per month for a period of up to 2 years for all the establishments, and if it is manufacturing sector, then additional 2 years, that is 4 years. So these are some of the basic, what you can say, goals or the basic ideas in the mind of the ministry of the government. Why the scheme was designed in a particular manner, why certain provisions were incorporated in it. So some of things are like there government thought of providing a financial incentive to people who are coming into the job for first time, because it was felt that many a times people who are getting a job for the first time, especially those who are covered under EPFO within our base saving limit, there is a hesitation because they may be coming from a rural background or from a small city, say Krishnanagar, Ranaghat, and they are getting a job in Kolkata. So moving there, getting a house there, maybe for doing the job, they need to stay in Kolkata, they need to stay in, say, a big city, say Asansol or something like that. So it involves a certain bit of first-time cost of getting a house on rent or getting their things together to live separately from the house in which you were living in your house, living with your parents. So keeping these things in mind, a financial incentive has been kept. It will help in getting more youth in the formal workforce. So as it was being discussed earlier also, so this scheme or Yojana basically has three broad objectives, you can say. One is creation of jobs, other is formalization of jobs. So the jobs created will be in the formal sector, and the third, and which is more important from EPFO or our organization perspective, is the widening of the social security net. So this is a scheme which will create such jobs which will be in the formal sector, and the people getting these jobs will be from the first day itself or from the day they register for this scheme or get registered for this scheme, they will be under the social security net, the robust and the wide social security net through the EPFO organization. Then there are design elements like financial literacy courses are there, and there are design elements in this Yojana which ensure that the job or the employment that is created has to be sustained. So there are design elements which force both the person taking the employment that he will have to continue for a certain time, and the person who is generating that employment, giving that job, he also will have an incentive to let that person continue for a certain period of time. Then only the benefits will be accruing in a substantial manner. So going into further details, starting with the part A, that is the part of the scheme or the Yojana that is for the employees or the first timers. So as I said, this part is for the first timers, and there is a what you can say eligibility criteria for both the parts, for part A as well as part B. Both the parts of the scheme are for persons having a gross wages up to 1 lakh rupees. Anyone earning a gross wages of more than 1 lakh rupees will not be getting any monetary benefit out of it, though there will be some benefit in part B in calculation and that part, but no monetary benefit in terms of benefit to the employee or benefit to the employer will accrue if the person getting registered is the person earning a gross wages of more than 1 lakh rupees. Then again, part A, as I said, I am again reiterating, there are two parts. Part A is only for employees, part B only for employers. And it is applicable to both employees of exempted as well as unexempted establishments. So this is something, a very innovative and a very progressive thing that has happened in EPFO. You all must be aware that EPFO has been running many schemes over the last 10 years. We started with PMRPY, PMPRPY, APRY, PMGKY. But many a times, because of the constraints in our ECR system and our softwares, we were not able to extend many of the benefits to the employees of the exempted establishments or to the exempted establishment per se, because their PF part is largely deposited in their own trust, and the ECR submitted with the EPFO organization does not capture that detail. And since the organization was not having that detail, it was difficult to determine the eligibility and all those things. So this time we have changed it. We have introduced many things which will look into detail, and through that we are able to this time provide the benefits to exempted as well as unexempted establishments in the same manner. It has an incentive periodicity of 1 time, which means that a person getting into the job for the first time after 1st of August on or after 1st of August 2025 will get this benefit only for the first time. If he leaves, he gets the benefit for 1 time, then he leaves the job and joins another, he will not be getting any other benefit. It is only 1 time benefit. Then it has like both the parts have a registration period of 2 years, so starting from 1st of August 2025 to 31st of July 2027. And both the schemes, the disbursement of benefits has been made through something you can call the direct benefit transfer system. So for the employees, it is through the ABPS or Aadhaar bridge payment system. For the employers, it is into their PAN linked bank account. So the benefits will be going directly into the bank account. Now coming to the benefits again, we saw earlier that the total benefit is up to a maximum limit of 15,000 in Part A. But this benefit is being paid in a unique manner. That is, the first installment will be paid not immediately after the person joins and it registers in the EPFO system, and the system is able to find out that this is a new person whose UN has been generated for the first time and his name is there in the ECR for the first time and money is being remitted against him for the first time. It will be paid 6 months after that. And for these 6 months, this person's name has to be in each of the 6 months ECR, because that is how only our system can determine that yes, he has been a bona fide employee of this establishment covered under EPFO. He was given the PF membership and he continued this membership for 6 months, and then system will allow the benefit. So the first installment will be 50% of the maximum amount eligible. So the maximum amount is, if your salary is up to 15,000 rupees, it is 50% of your salary. So if your salary is 14,000, it will be 7,000. If it is 10,000, it will be 5,000. However, if your salary is 15,000 or above, then there is a cap on the limit of the benefits. It is capped at 15,000. So a person getting 15,000 will get total benefit of 15,000. A person having PF wages of 20,000 will also get a total benefit of 15,000 only. Then the second installment, it has been made even more innovative. So for the second installment, you not only have to complete another 6 months, that is a total of 12 months from your date of joining. Your name has to be in the ECR for all those 12 months. You also will have to, the employee will also have to complete a mandatory financial literacy course. We will look into the details of the course later. And basically, also the second installment, the first installment will go into the bank account of that employee directly. It will be upfront payment to the bank account. But the second installment will not be an upfront payment. It will be parked in a deposit scheme, a savings scheme, and after a certain period of time, it will again be paid to the bank account of the member directly. One thing I would like to make here or reiterate here, because it is very important. So one very innovative design of this scheme is that there is basically for Part A, there is no separate registration process or claim process. So any employee who is a newcomer, new joinee, who is joining after 1st of August 2025, just on the basis of the UN generated and that UN in the ECR system will detect that he is a new joinee and will make him eligible, prima facie eligible to get the benefits of this scheme. Then depending upon whether he completes or is not able to complete the criteria, he will get the benefits. So there is no registration, separate registration as per se for Part A. Similarly, there is no claim process also. The benefit that the government has assured you will come directly into the employee's bank account in the first instance, the first installment, the second installment into a savings installment. Now moving to the Part B, or the second part, which is only for the employers and not for the employees. So as we discussed that this scheme, this Yojana is primarily focusing on job creation. The first or the most important objective is job creation. So it is the Part B of the scheme that focuses on this, and how, like in ABRY, we have created a criteria that depending upon the establishment baseline, you can say, or the establishment employee strength, there has to be a minimum number of jobs that have to be created. So for small establishments, say establishments with less than 50 employees, minimum 2 employees, 2 additional jobs have to be created. Bigger establishments, 50 and or more employees, you have to create minimum 5 additional jobs. Then only the benefit will accrue. And like I'm repeatedly saying, it's a very innovative scheme. So there is an innovation in the Part B also. The innovation is that one of the other objective of this Yojana or this scheme is not only job creation, but sustaining this job for a certain period of time to ensure that the person who is getting the job gets skill. His skill enhances so that he becomes a better worker for the personally. That's a benefit for him in a personal capacity. That's a benefit for the company where he's working. That's a benefit for the sector where he's working. That's a benefit for the economy and the nation also. Because slowly people are getting trained, people are becoming better workers. And if we envisage in India, which truly becomes a developed nation by 2047, truly becomes a $7 trillion economy, we become the third or maybe the second largest economy in the world, then there is a lot of upskilling that we have to do. The same employees who are today doing simple welding jobs, or if they start making smartphones, they start making chips, then you can just imagine how much value it will create for him as a person, for the company he's working, for the nation, for the economy as a whole. So keeping all these broad pictures in mind, these designs have been kept. Now coming to the incentive that the employers will get in the part B of the scheme. Here it has been largely divided into three slabs, you can say. The first, and the slabs are dependent upon the wages, the PF wages that are being shown in the ECR that the establishment is submitting. The first slab is up to 10,000 rupees. So for employees for whom the wage slab has been, the PF wages has been shown up to 10,000 rupees, again that employee, the employer will get a benefit of up to 10% of his salary. That is for 10,000, 1,000 rupees, for 9,900 rupees, for 5,500 rupees. The second slab is more than 10,000 and up to 20,000 rupees. Here the incentive or the benefit for the employer is fixed 2,000. So a person whose PF wages has been shown as 10,001, against him also the establishment will get 2,000 rupees. For a person whose PF wages has been shown as 20,000 rupees, against that person also the establishment will get 2,000 rupees. The third slab is more than 20,000 rupees and up to 1 lakh rupees. For this slab, there will be a flat benefit of 3,000 in the same manner. That is a person earning, for a person whose PF wages has been shown as 20,001 rupees, for him also the employer will get 3,000 rupees. For a person whose PF wages has been shown as 1 lakh rupees or 99,000 rupees, for him also the employer or the establishment will getting a benefit of 3,000 rupees per employee per month. Okay. So this extra benefit for manufacturing sector, this largely makes sense in this part B of the benefit or part B of the scheme that we are discussing. Because part A is for newcomers, that has got nothing to do with the kind of company, kind of sector, or from the PF perspective, from the coverage head of the establishment, exempted, unexempted, we have removed everything. So any new person joining an establishment after 1st of August 2025 is prima facie eligible to get the part A benefits. Only some conditions have to be fulfilled. He has to be in the job for 6 months, then again 6 months to get both the benefits. He has to complete a financial literacy course. For part B, the benefits are for the employers. For employers of all sectors, it is there for 2 years. For employers of manufacturing sector, it is for additional 2 years. And as I spoke earlier, the benefits will be disbursed in a DBT mode and directly to the PAN link bank account of the establishment. And that's why a simple registration process is there in part B. As I said, in part A, it's really very simple. There is no registration, there is no claim. In part B also, there is no claim process as such, but there is a registration process, simple registration process, because we are reconfirming the bank account and ensuring that it's linked with the PAN so that the system can do everything correctly in the background. So there are some conditions which I will like to highlight and reiterate, which are important. That is, filing of monthly ECR in time is a must, because as I'm repeatedly saying, it's a system-driven process that the ministry has designed. But the system-driven process needs information from the system. If that information is not coming on time, your benefit will also not come on time, because it's a very detailed, a detailed calculation that is involved in it. And there is a deliberate design into the entire mechanism, and it has been kept to basically to motivate the employees in a particular way or to change their habits in a particular way. So it is very deliberate. It is not that just because we couldn't design simple things, it has been made complex. The design is very deliberate and it has to be followed. It will require all the employers to get their benefits on time. We need the ECR to be filed on time. Then filing of correct gross wages in ECR should also be ensured, because there is this eligibility criteria of wage limit of up to 1 lakh rupees. So any employee who's getting a wage limit, whose gross wages is more than 1 lakh rupees, he's not eligible to get any of the benefits, neither part A benefits nor the employer will get part B benefits on his behalf. His numbers will be counted. His numbers will be counted while determining the baseline. His numbers will be counted while determining that whether there has been an increase in employment in that establishment. So that will be there, but there will be no monetary benefit in respect of a person, very high earning person of more than 1 lakh rupees. Okay. I was talking of the registration page. So that registration page is actually very simple. It asks for the PAN of the establishment, then the GST details of the establishment, and you just have to, and the bank details of the establishment. The establishment just has to ensure that the bank details that it is providing must be seated with the same PAN or the PAN of the establishment. One more thing, the thing that we are repeatedly saying, that the benefit for the manufacturing sector will be for 2 additional years, and this entire Yojana or the entire scheme is system driven. So how the system is determining who is the establishment in the manufacturing sector. So as per the scheme guidelines, it is the GST data and the GST criteria that we are using to determine which establishment falls under the manufacturing sector and which is not. So in case of any dispute, it is only the GST data that will determine. So if there has been some mistake in the GST, which now the establishment feels that it should have been in manufacturing, it would have got the benefit, then the GST data has to be corrected. EPFO has no role in that. We are just verifying it from the backend, from the GST data. If it matches, system automatically makes you eligible for 4 years benefit. If it is not matching, our system will not do anything. At the EPFO level, at our office level, we don't have any mechanism to interfere in that process. I have some screenshots of the simple registration page. It's actually very simple, just a one page with I think 8 or 9 rows that you have to fill. And in the beginning itself, we are asking that whether you are GST registered or not, because there may be your contractors or there may be many small establishments which need not be covered under GST because of the threshold benchmark not being crossed or being the exemption negative list, something like that. So only if you mark it yes, you will have to provide your GST number. If there is someone who does not have the GST for whatever reason, then you can just choose no and move forward. Okay, so there are some common features, though we have spoken about it, but I will just like to reiterate because these are important. So both the entire Yojana, both the Scheme A, Scheme B, Part A, Part B are applicable to all the establishments, exempted as well as unexempted. Periodicity, the periodicity of payment of benefits for both Part A and Part B is 6 months. That is, for Part A also, we have already discussed that after 6 months, first installment will be paid again after 6 months and completion of the financial literacy course, next installment will be paid. For Part B also, that increase in employment has to be sustained for a period of 6 months. Then only after the successful completion of the 6-month period with a sustained increased employment, this benefit will be paid to the establishment. Apart from that also, there is one more design or incorporated into the scheme, that is, you will have to ensure that the person who has been given employment in August, he continues up to January 2026, that is the 6-month period. Then only that person will be taken into consideration for considering the increase in employment. So it may be that 5 people or 6 people joined in an establishment in August. Then in the month of say October, out of those 5, 3 people left and another 3 joined. So your total remained that 6 or 5, whatever you started within August. The total remains same, but if the people keep changing, then whoever is not completing the entire 6-month period will not be counted for that 6-month benefit. So it's a deliberate part of the design that the government is trying to, what you can say, give a soft push to the employer, give a soft incentive to the employer that please, whoever you are giving the employment, make his selection judiciously, but after you give him the employment, keep him in your job for a certain period of time so that you get the benefit against that person. Again, we are talking about something called the baseline. So the baseline is very important because whenever we talk about you have to increase your employment to 2, someone has to increase it minimum 5. So against what you have to increase it to 2, against what you have to increase it to 5. That is very important to know. So for most of the establishments, under EPFO, which were covered prior to the 12-month period from the beginning of the scheme, that is covered prior to August 2024. So for those establishments, it is simply, and they have been filing the ECR for the last 12 months, it is simply the average ECR value for these 12 months. This total number of employees every month divided by 12. So it is simply the average of that. If there is some establishments which has registered itself within this 12-month period, that is after August 2024, say in November 2024 or say January 2025, so only for those wage months that it has been registered under EPFO, the average of those wage months will be taken. Then you must be aware that now for almost 3-4 years, EPF and ESIC code numbers are generated automatically whenever an establishment registers itself as a private limited company on the Ministry of Corporate Affairs website. So there are many such establishments for which the code number has been generated, but the policy decision is these establishments need to comply only when they cross the threshold for EPFO, ESIC, whatever is applicable at that point of time. So there are many establishments which have a code number. Then there can be many establishments which were not functioning for the last 12 months, and then suddenly they start to rejuvenate their business and start functioning. So for all those establishments, the scheme guidelines says that they will have to first contribute for a period of 6 months from wherever they start. They may start from August 2025, they may start from say September 2025, they may start from October 2025. So for the first 6 months, they will have to contribute, they will have to deposit their ECR, and the system will then take the average to determine their baseline and make them eligible for the remaining period of this scheme to get the benefits. Just one more. There is one last category, that is establishment which take a new code number after August 2025. That is newly, we are calling the newly registered establishment. So for them, as a policy decision, we have kept the baseline as 20. So these establishments may start with 16 employees also under 1/4 coverage. These may start with 50 employees also, but whatever they start, 50, 100, 500, their baseline will remain 20 and the benefits will be calculated, Part B benefits will be calculated accordingly. This is something very important, and many of you must have noticed also that in the month of August, EPFO has brought a circular that our process of user generation, activation, authentication, there has been a slight change how we do it. We have made it more robust and more secure, you can say, and it is now being done through a technology called face authentication technology, and it can be done from the mobile of the person. And many a times, multiple persons can do it from the mobile of one person also. So, the benefit of this technology is that it makes your database, makes the EPFO database more secure. You must be aware that in today's date, EPFO is settling almost more than 30% of its claim automatically. Automatic claim settlement is, you can take an analogy like your ATM withdrawal of money, that you just put in your card, you give your details, system will automatically determines whether you can take that much amount of money out or not, and that money is getting released. So EPFO is slowly trying to make its process more automated, and already we are settling more than 30% of our claims in an automatic manner, especially the advanced claims. In future, we will like to automate almost all our claims, and not in a very distant future, maybe in a very near future only. But for that, we need our database to be very secure, and this is one of the steps towards that direction, that we want the employees who have a UN, who even have the UN activated, to get the UN authenticated through this FAT technology, through this app. And especially for getting benefits under this scheme, the new joinees anyway will have to do it through this mechanism only, because after 1st of August 2025, this is the only way through which UN will be generated, and it's a seamless process for the new employee. The UN generation, activation, authentication happens in a single step. It's a very simple. But for people, the rejoinees or the old employees who had a PF code number and UN previously also had the UN activated also, they also need to get it authenticated if they join the establishment after 1st of August 2025, because this is one of the scheme criteria that has been kept, that only if the UN of the person who against whom the establishment wishes to get the Part B benefit, his UN authentication has to be done through this FAT technology, then only the benefit will accrue to the establishment. It is actually very important. So there is a small video that I will request him to play, and please pay attention to it.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, EPFO लगातार अपनी सेवाओं को डिजिटली बेहतर और सुगम बनाने के लिए प्रयास करता है। अप्रैल 2025 में EPFO ने इसी कड़ी में फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, यानी आपके चेहरे की पहचान पर आधारित तकनीक का प्रयोग कर UN अलॉट करने और उसे एक्टिवेट करने की सुविधा प्रारंभ की है। अब कोई भी कर्मचारी इस तकनीक के प्रयोग से अपना UN जनरेट कर सकता है, और यदि उसके पास UN है तो उसे एक्टिवेट भी कर सकता है। UN और इसके एक्टिवेशन के बारे में अधिक जानने के लिए हमारे पूर्व के वीडियो देखें, जिनके लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दिए जा रहे हैं। इस सुविधा का उपयोग करने के लिए आपके पास आधार लिंक्ड मोबाइल नंबर और एक स्मार्टफोन होना चाहिए। इस फोन पर आप प्ले स्टोर से भारत सरकार का उमंग ऐप और आधार फेस RD ऐप डाउनलोड कर लें। आइए बताते हैं आपको UN अलॉट करने की प्रक्रिया। उमंग ऐप खोलें, UN अलॉटमेंट एंड एक्टिवेशन पर जाएं, अपना आधार नंबर और मोबाइल नंबर दर्ज करें और चेक बॉक्स पर टिक करके आधार वैलिडेशन की अनुमति दें। सेंड ओटीपी पर क्लिक करें। आपके मोबाइल पर भेजा गया ओटीपी दर्ज करें। अगर दर्ज किया गया आधार नंबर किसी अन्य यूएएन से लिंक्ड होगा तो आपको मैसेज आएगा। यदि नहीं तो आपको चेहरा प्रमाणीकरण यानी फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन के लिए कहा जाएगा। फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन के लिए अनुमति दें। फेस स्कैन करें। सिस्टम आधार के डेटाबेस से आपका विवरण लेगा और आपका यूएएन जनरेट हो जाएगा। आपका यूएएन आपके मोबाइल पर एसएमएस से भेजा जाएगा। यह यूएएन ऑटो एक्टिवेटेड होता है। आपको टेम्परेरी पासवर्ड भी एसएमएस से मिल जाएगा। आप ईपीएफ के मेंबर पोर्टल पर लॉगिन करके अपना पासवर्ड चेंज कर लें। यदि आपके पास नियोक्ता या आपके द्वारा जनरेट किया गया यूएएन पहले से है तो हम आपको उसके एक्टिवेशन की प्रक्रिया बता देते हैं। उमंग ऐप खोलें, यूएएन एक्टिवेशन पर जाएं, अपना यूएएन, आधार एवं मोबाइल नंबर दर्ज करें। आधार प्रमाणीकरण के लिए अनुमति दें। सेंड ओटीपी पर क्लिक करें। मोबाइल पर आए ओटीपी को दर्ज करें। फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन के लिए अनुमति दें। फेस स्कैन करें। सिस्टम डिटेल्स की जांच करेगा और आपका यूएएन और टेम्परेरी पासवर्ड आपके मोबाइल पर एसएमएस से भेजा जाएगा। इसके साथ ही आपका फोटो और पता ईपीएफओ के डेटाबेस में दर्ज हो जाएगा। जिन लोगों ने अपना यूएएन पहले ही एक्टिवेट किया हुआ है उन्हें भी इस फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन के माध्यम से अपना यूएएन ऑथेंटिकेट कर लेना चाहिए। इसकी प्रक्रिया भी हम आपको बता देते हैं। उमंग ऐप खोलें, फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन ऑफ ऑलरेडी एक्टिवेटेड यूएएन पर जाएं, अनुमति प्रदान करें, फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन पर क्लिक करें, फेस स्कैन करें। सिस्टम यूएएन, आधार नंबर और मोबाइल नंबर सर्च कर दर्शाएगा। वेरिफिकेशन होते ही ईपीएफओ के डेटाबेस में आपका फोटो और पता दर्ज हो जाएगा। किसी भी समस्या के समाधान के लिए उमंग हेल्प डेस्क या ईपीएफओ कस्टमर सपोर्ट से संपर्क करें। अब आप फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन से आसानी से समस्त सेवाएं ले पाएंगे। भविष्य में ईपीएफओ उन सदस्यों के लिए फास्ट और इजी सर्विस एक्सेस दे सकता है जिनके यूएएन का फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन हो चुका है।
डियर मेंबर्स, इस वीडियो के माध्यम से हमने आपको 3 उपयोगी स्टेप्स समझाए हैं। पहला, फैट द्वारा यूएएन जनरेट करना, दूसरा फैट द्वारा यूएएन एक्टिवेट करना और तीसरा फैट द्वारा यूएएन ऑथेंटिकेट करना। अगर आपने यूएएन एक्टिवेट भी कर रखा है तो फैट से उसे ऑथेंटिकेट अवश्य करें। यूएएन फैट द्वारा ऑथेंटिकेट करने से आपका डेटाबेस बेहतर और सुरक्षित रहेगा और हम आपको पीएफ से संबंधित बेहतर सेवाएं प्रदान कर पाएंगे। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
तो देरी कैसी, आज ही आप भी अपने यूएएन का फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन करें। आज बस इतना ही। अगले वीडियो में एक नए विषय पर जानकारी लेकर हम हाजिर होंगे। तब तक के लिए रखें अपना खूब ख्याल। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
So I think this will be very useful. And again, hello. Again, reiterating this this UAN authentication using this FAT technology is required even for the rejoinees if the establishment wishes to get the benefits on behalf of those rejoinees by showing that there is an increase in employment. So basically, simply what you can say is that anyone joining the establishment after 1st of August 2025, you may request them. Obviously, for generation, they will have to do it. They have no other option. But even for other people who have a UN, please request them to get this done from their own mobile number. It is working quite fine. There are no major issues like that, and it's very useful. Okay, moving ahead, we were discussing something regarding that financial literacy. So just a brief background on that. One more thing I forgot. Just I would like to reiterate that one page registration for this PMVBRY scheme that is available in your unified portal employer login. So you all must be aware of the login page of EPFO from where you access all your services. So it is there in that page only, and it's very simple to do. Similarly, this financial literacy, it will be available in the employee login page of the unified portal, that is unified portal employee login. And it will basically focus on certain things. One, obviously, because of the unique scheme design, it is trying to promote a habit or a knowledge about savings. Why savings is important, and then what are the right ways of doing savings. Then what are the different kinds of savings. There can be some of the saving products which give you a fixed and secure return, but the returns are not high. Then the others can be there where the returns are high, but they may not be secure. So one is that. Other is what are the reliable sources from where you can invest? Because in today's date, you must be knowing that we are moving to a digital economy. Most of our investments, stock exchange investments, and all these things, these are also we are doing online. But many a times you must have heard about uh, fraud transactions or fraud happening with people, especially people of the kind of employees we are talking about. For them, if they start doing it without knowing anything about it, there can be a risk. So this course will try to focus on all those things, on savings. What are the different types of savings? What are the pros and cons of the different types of savings? And what are the secure and safe sources from where you can check that whatever you are trying to invest or whatever someone has sent you or suggested you, where can you check that it's the right thing to do to go ahead with. So that is there, and obviously after completion, a certificate will be generated and it will be noted down in the system, and based on that system, will check whether that is employee has now become eligible to get the second installment of the benefit of the second installment of Part A of the scheme. Again, reiterating, we are towards the last part of my presentation. So reiterating certain points which are very important for the employers. We need the correct gross wage data in the ECR because that's a very strict criteria to determine the eligibility. So if that field is empty or that information is correct, then in future that may lead to cases or doubts or some issues for you. So do provide the gross wage data correctly in the ECR. We need the PAN linked bank account in that one page registration. We are obviously requesting you repeatedly to get the UN activation through FAT done for the existing employees and for people who are joining it for the first time, joining the establishment, coming under EPFO for the first time. They anyway have to do it through FAT only. File pending ECR so that the baseline can be set. So the baseline that we are repeatedly talking, so it needs the data of the last 12 months or the months from which the establishment is registered under EPFO. So if any of the months are missing, the system will not be able to determine the baseline and will not calculate the benefits against that establishment. So we need that at the earliest. Then file ECRs on time in future. All our database, I'm repeatedly saying, the entire system works on the EPFO database, which is generated through the ECR. And if that ECR information is not available on time, then the benefit will also not be disbursed on time. Again, coming to the exempted establishments, I reiterated in the beginning only that in this scheme we have very intelligently incorporated for all kinds of establishments under EPFO exempted as well as the unexempted. So for exempted establishments, many of you must be aware that they have their own trust. They contribute the PF part, largely the PF part in their own trust, and because of that, that data is not caught in the normal ECR that they are filing for the pension part or the EDLI part with EPFO. So what EPFO has come up with is something called the zero ECR, in which it is asking for the PF data from the exempted establishment, on the basis of which it will determine the eligibility of the employee for Part A benefit, eligibility of the employer to get the benefits under Part B of the scheme. So that is it from my side regarding the basic details of the scheme. And thank you everyone for listening to it attentively. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and engaging presentation. I think the scheme is now clear to all of you. Still, if you have any doubt, any confusion, any suggestion, we have a well-structured interactive session hereafter in the next part of the program. So we have interactive session. If you have any doubt, any query, please keep the questions ready. So there is a distinguished panel here. They will address all the questions. Now we'll move to I request Mr. A.K. Tiwari, Joint President, Birla Jute and Industries, to speak on this scheme. Sir.
Honorable Madhumita Madam, Lal Jaman Sir, and all technically present over here. First of all, I will put my gratitude to Madhumita ma'am that she has given time to us in her busy schedule to listen us and to interact with us. It shows her greatness. We are really thankful to you, ma'am. Now, when we are speaking on Vikshit Bharat Rozgar Yojana, we are speaking to the vision of our visionary Prime Minister, Shri Prime Minister Modi ji, who tells that we will have 30 trillion economy by 2047. Then it will be Vikshit Bharat. India is currently ranked fourth largest economy globally in 2025, overtaking Japan to the fourth position. We have our GDP $4.1 trillion and per capita income is 2.878 thousand per US dollar. It is envisaged that we will be 5 trillion by 2027 and 7 trillion by 23. Niti Aayog vision document aims that we will have 30 trillion economy with per capita income of US dollar 18,000 by 2047. India has presently 52 crore labor population, in which 49% is agriculture labor compared to 29% of the China. Now, developing economy requires a huge labor force to cope up with the development. India has advantage as it is fifth most populated country in the world. 50% of its population is below 25% of the age. 66% population is below 35 years of age. So we have large human resources to cater to our economic growth. Now, by some estimates, the Indian economy will need to generate 70 lakh jobs annually to absorb to net addition to workforce. We are talking about systems, so I will tell few lines about artificial intelligence. Actually, I have a lecture in IIM Nagpur on artificial intelligence last week. So I will not go in very much details, but I will speak very few lines. Artificial intelligence is created artificially, not naturally. It is man-made. It is not nature's made. So main difference lies here. Human brain is created by 86 billion of neurons, whereas human brain has emotions, sentiments, ego, creativity, spirituality, and other human traits which AI lacks. We have to integrate human resource with AI. The result of integration is blue collar job will reduce and white collar job will be affected at very root of its inception. Government has put several schemes to help employment. Some schemes are Manrega, Mudra Yojana, PM Employment Generation Program, PM Rozgar Protsahan Yojana, PM Vikshit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. There are several other government-aided schemes which will generate employment. Now our PM has coined two new things after this Operation Sindoor. One is new normal, and new normal is extending the vision of our late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, perform or perish. That was told by Atal Bihari Vajpayee, perform or perish. See, Modi ji, new normal is do it now. No waiting period, immediate action on each and every front. Second is new middle class, which shows that schemes and actions of the government paid huge dividends. A new class has been created, uplifting lower class, and EPFO is competent partner in it. The Pradhan Mantri Vikshit Rozgar Yojana helps generate employment in the age of AI by focusing on formal job creation and providing incentive to both employees and employers. While the scheme does not directly address AI specific training, its structure is designed to support a growing workforce in a changing economy. The skill development. Pradhan Mantri Vikshit Rozgar Yojana itself is an employment incentive scheme. It complements with other incentives that are directly focused on skill development for AI era. Programs like Pradhan Mantri Vikshit Yojana has been restructured to include courses on emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence. The skill building programs are vital because AI automates routine tasks. There will be greater demand for workers who can manage and maintain work alongside AI systems. By focusing on both job creation and upskilling, the government is trying to prepare Indian workforce for future job market. Now, madam, as I have been allotted very little time by Sir Lal Jaman, sir, only 3 minutes time, so I will speak very in little. Madam, before going in the delivery of services by EPFO, I will request you to give us such type of workshop by your presence so that we can speak more and we can get more time to speak. 3 minutes is very little time. Too little time. 3 minutes तो प्रशंसा करने में निकल जाता है मैडम. Now I will tell the delivery of services by EPFO under your guidance and the able leadership of Lal Jaman sir. इन्होंने आकर के यहाँ EPFO का चाल चलित और चेहरा तीनों चेंज कर दिया है. The services of EPFO is provided digitally. Everyone is enjoying warmth of delivery at doorstep. No questions, no harassment at EF office. As I have told that AI cannot address the expectation, aspiration and grievances of the employee. It requires to deal with empathy from officers. And I am giving you a perfect example of it under the Calcutta office. One day I went to your Park Street office to meet with the TK Mukherjee sir on a grievance. What I find that he has called all officers, Suraj Gupta, Samsing, and SP Singh Sahab and others, and he called persons from PRO office, call all, and he started telling them that what are your problems still, and he was solving the problem in his office itself. So, under your direction, madam, the system has been changed a lot, and we are enjoying warmth of the system. But I have concern also, which I would like to tell. I will utilize your presence here to tell my concern so that it can be dealt properly. As there is a great confusion amongst EPFO on and beneficiary over higher pensions. Cases are being piled up in higher court Delhi. Delhi people are going to higher court and filing a case. A very clear, speaking and unambiguous policy for higher pension to be drafted and implemented. If required, it would be done through legislation. Second, when there is a clear-cut mandate that last those 60 months wages to be taken account for calculating pension, while the less wages, that is 6,500, before 2014 is considered for pension calculation. It is also creating a lot of confusion, and so many cases are being filed in court. So, madam, I will request you to pass a clear mandate to the authorities so that these issues are settled properly. Now, to sum up, I prepared only 3 months presentation, sir. You have just given me 3 months, so 3 minutes. I would have spoken for half an hour, but you have not allowed me. To sum up, so different schemes unveiled by central government are giving boost to economy, and we are moving towards 30 trillion economy. Likewise, the tariff war was unsettled by reform in GST. Employers, with the help of government and organizations like EPFO, which is instrumental to providing incentive to both workmen and management, will give an impact on our growing economy. It will get a high impetus toward achievement of our target. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your excellent speech. We definitely look forward to your detailed deliberation in some other fora. Well, let us move further. So I'll request respected Sri A.K. Sharma, Additional Commissioner and Regional Director, ESIC, West Bengal and Sikkim, to kindly present on their ambitious scheme, SPRI 2025. Over to sir.
सभी को नमस्कार। Respected Madam G. Madhumita Das, Additional Secretary and Financial Commissioner, Ministry of Labor, Government of India, and Sri B. Laljamang Sahab, Additional Central Provident Fund Commissioner, other senior officers of PF, SAIL and Labor, and respected उपस्थित सभी employers, their representatives, employees association and their representatives. Sir, ESI scheme is also working under the Labor Ministry, and our madam is the common boss. So there is PMVVI scheme, another scheme is also SPRI. SPRI scheme to promote registration of employers and employees 2025. This scheme is applicable from 1st July 25 to 31st December 25. The scheme aims to broaden ESI social security cover by the encouraging voluntary registration of establishment and workers, particularly those left out formal coverage, either employer or employees. The core motto of SPRI scheme is to transform the employee state insurance corporation from an enforcement-centric system into facilitate driving one. It aims to encourage voluntary compliance by employers and establishment, extend social security coverage to every eligible workers, especially those uncovered and contractual workers. This scheme is for employers and employees, yani those employees who are coverable but not still covered under the ESI scheme, and also the establishment or employers covered already, but some of the employees are not covered still. So this scheme is implement, you cover the establishments and your employees, and there will no any further this is opportunity, one time opportunity, no any restrictive liability or any inquiry regarding the records or other enforcement will be asked. When you declare the date of coverage of your establishment or employees, that will be the final. No any inspection of past records regarding under this scheme. No any demand of any dues of the past. 100% digital paperless process, and you can register yourself and your employees on the same by the login ESIC.in, ESIC Suvidhasan portals, MSY portals. So I request all of them, the establishment who are coverable but not covered still, you please cover themselves or forget the past any liabilities or any records or any inquiries under the SPRI scheme regarding your employers and employees. So this is the SPRI scheme in short. Further, any detail regarding the scheme, please you contact to any our branch office, our SRO, RO, any employees, our sites, our websites also, and we are also making the publicity of this scheme broadly. And other one scheme is also amnesty scheme regarding the legal cases. Government of India intend to minimize the legal cases or reduce the legal cases. The legal cases, those filed by the employers or employees against the ESIC, or ESIC filed the cases against the employer or employees. Under this scheme up to March 25, this scheme will applicable from 1st October to another 1 year, means September 26. So under this scheme, for the mutual consent, we will withdraw the cases and we will settle the cases. Any any no more liabilities or this penalties or this is like you had damage contribution last penalties, we can withdraw without them then cases. So this is scheme government of India intend to very minimize or the litigation cases. So please, these both schemes are also under the Ministry, Labour Ministry, Government of India, free and amnesty scheme. So I hope that all of you get the benefit of this scheme by enrolling your employees, your establishment, and withdrawing the legal cases. So thank you very much. Time is very less. We will again broadly describe anytime. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your brief and precise presentation on the ESI schemes, new schemes launched by the government. Now, the floor is kept open for questions, thoughts, and reflections from the audience. It is an opportunity to connect directly with our esteemed speakers and distinguished guests to address all your questions and doubts. Please raise your hand so that we can reach you. Well, please.
1 minute, I want to intervene. Here we have the representatives of some of the best and biggest establishments of Kolkata, starting from SAIL, ITC, FCI, Bajaj Paints, Garden Ridge Shipbuilders, CESC, Adit Birla Group, Birla Corporation, etc. So I want that any questions or any query, please come forward.
Sir, just do it.
माइक तो दिया
So, my question is with Sri Vikshit Director.
And he did the mic.
So my question is that an employee is engaged on minimum wages, central minimum wage, unskilled. Now minimum rates of minimum wages for unskilled employee 805 per day, not monthly wages. Whether he is covered under ESI or not, and whether he will get a benefits under ESI.
Sir, ESI is on the monthly basis. Monthly limit is 21,000. If he getting under the 21,000 limit, so he will definitely cover. But on daily basis, you are paying the daily wages, daily basis. If any month he gets to a 21,000, then that he is coverable. And in this case, employees once cover, always cover. Yeah, I see.
Question is that regional office of the Kolkata, we met coverage of the employees. Some contractors in our country, they are saying that employees are getting more than they are multiplying minimum wage of wages, daily wages, multiply 26. Now the wages exceed the 21,000. So they are not entitled as per their person. We had the directors, they are not entitled for the wages under the ESI.
Sir, if they are getting by daily basis or by monthly basis or by any piecemeal basis more than 21,000, then they are out of coverage.
But they are not engaged on the monthly rates of salary.
But they will get totally monthly basis on more than
10 days,
21,000.
15 days, 20 days. They are not engaged on the monthly basis.
If you are there,
They have been deprived from the benefits.
limited 21,000, any special case, please you welcome to my office. We will discuss in detail.
One moment. You said that the daily wage is somewhere around 805 rupees, isn't it?
Unskilled for unskilled.
So the monthly wages will come to less than 21,000. If you
There is no concept for contractors as a
no,
monthly
no,
wages.
the point is that whether or not they are earning that 21,000 has to be established first. Like you were saying that taken only for 10 days or 15 days or something like that. If their monthly wages actually exceed 21,000, then they are not coverable. But if they are not getting 21,000, they are covered. And if the contractor is not covering them, then he is not following the rule of law.
That is not a matter of law. The nature of job is that workers, the contract workers are engaged for 20 days, 15 days in a month average. Then they are not getting the monthly salary as 26 multiplied by 805.
But in a month, how much they are getting? That is the question. Both officers are telling you that if they are getting less than 21,000,
Employees are, contract workers are not getting the benefit under ESIS since they are not covered under ESIS.
Which company are you in?
Madam Discipline.
So your contractors are defaulting on
What is for
then?
minimum rates of wages for the discipline 805. So they are exceeding the rates of monthly wages as per this scheme. Of the ESIS.
The minimum wage are so high.
No, wait a minute. 805 into 26 is below 21,000. It is below 21,000, and I would request ESIC to look into such cases.
Welcome to my office.
Somebody is looking at a daily basis, how to convert it into money. This what is just want some clarification, something that we have to clarify. If somebody is engaged on daily wage, how to convert the daily wage into a monthly wage? Whether it should be multiplied with 60, if we generally how to
Just a minute. Sir, this is the program on PMVBRY, so let us concentrate on this scheme. So first put your question specifically on PMVBRY, and if time permits, then we'll address the ancillary questions. There are a lot of questions, I know. We believe that there are many doubts, but still let us confine with PMVBRY.
Yeah,
This is our request.
I'm representing PLS Hotels. So this is the question I have for Mr. Kundu. So since we represent the hotel industry, so what happens? We have a lot of attrition. Like the scheme, what you have said, the person he has for the scheme, the person he has to work for 12 months or 2 years. Sorry, whatever the time you have given.
6 months.
6 months. So let me be in our hotel line. What happens? The person joins in within 3 months. He leaves, and after a month or so, he comes back. So whether those kind of person can be eligible or not for the scheme.
For part A of the benefit, part B of the benefit.
Part A of the bill. Part A.
Part A of the benefit which goes to the employees, for him, he has to be in continuous 6 months.
No, normally what happens is a person as soon as he falls sick, let's assume, in our hotel industry, we can't give a leave. So what they do is they leave the job. They come back after some time.
Basically, what is there in the system through the ECR, our system will take that information.
Okay.
So if he is just not there in the ECR for system, those explanations will not work. But for part B, it will only depend upon the job you have created. But then again, if he leaves it and is not there for 1 month, again he joins in the next month, then he will be counted, but from that month only and for the next 6 months period only.
Okay.
Then he will not get the benefit.
Part A,
If he is leaving before 6 months, then his UN will be generated, and when he joins after 1 month, suppose you are saying, so now he will be considered as rejoining. So employer will get the benefit. I think employee will not be eligible for the benefit. Actually, the intention of the scheme is to at least keep the employee in a particular job for minimum of 6 months for the benefit for the half of the benefit for employee, and then another 6 months. So for full benefit of 15,000.
So in this case also, apart from the fact that he can come back and you can consider him as a rejoinee, but again, if he does not continue for 6 months, then even you don't get the benefit. The design of the scheme is such that at least 6 months continuity has to be there. We understand that there are many industries that have very typical kind of hirings, etc. But you will appreciate that in a scheme that is addressing all sectors, there will be some outliers. We'll have to manage with them.
आपने जिस सिनेरियो को क्रिएट किया है उसमें क्या आप डेट ऑफ एग्जिट मार्क कर चुके हैं या एनसीपी डेज डालते हैं?
हम लोग एनसीपी डेज डालते हैं।
एनसीपी डेज डालते हैं फिर वो कंटिन्यू पे ही रहेंगे।
सीआर में अगर 0 आ रहा है तो फिर वो कंसीडर नहीं
सर्विस में है
ईसीआर बिकॉज़ एवरीथिंग इज
देखिए दो बोल रहे
Any more questions?
Afternoon, sir. My question is to Vikshit, sir. Just two small clarification. The incentives will be calculated on the EPF wages or the gross wages? EPF. And another thing, it will be on the earned or the fixed part? See, at the joining of the employee, we declare an EPF wage. So at times, because of attendance, the fluctuations happen. So 1 month it might be in the 10,000 bracket, another month it might be above the 10,000 bracket.
Actually,
No, you know the answer?
actually, very innovatively, this time we are calculating the wages back from the remittance that we are getting. So it's a formula we are using.
So it is earned then?
It's earned.
Whatever, see, it's very simple. Whatever you are giving in ECR, your incentive will be calculated on that basis.
So
if the person is on leave or he has only worked for 10 days in a month, you will be obviously giving him less EPF wages. Accordingly, your bracket will be fixed.
Thank you, ma'am. One more thing about the eligibility, sir. You said below 1 lakh, and the guidelines we have been shared, it is that the 1 lakh should be the joining salary. So how do we determine that from the ECR?
There is a gross wages column in the ECR.
Eligibility for joining. Suppose I joined at 90,000 and 6 months down the line, I am at 120.
So, as far as gross wages is concerned, the first joining is going to be taken into account. If subsequently the salary is increased, he does not become ineligible.
Even in the ECR, if I'm filing about that. Thank you. And one small suggestion, sir, about the face authentication. A lot of blue collar employees are facing a lot of problems in generating that. So since Deputy Chief Labour Commissioner is also here, if you can collaborate and keep up some kind of a kiosk, that will give a much better reach for generation of this. Since it is not only on my phone I can do it in any phone. So that's a small suggestion. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm from Everard Industries. My question is that while calculating the eligibility, the total employee count will be on the total unit, or across we are having several manufacturing units. It will be calculated according to manufacturing units, the totality of the company.
So, how many pans do you have?
We have total 5 manufacturing units, and branches are
Separate pan?
No,
So-
not separate.
So, if you have a single pan, the entire organization will be taken as one.
So actually, the problem is that some of the manufacturing units are very old. There is no new generation of employment, and there are some upcoming units where we are increasing employments every day, every month. So in that case, that newest amortization will not get the benefit.
Why not?
But in total,
See, let's take an example. What is the total manpower? Your baseline will be calculated on the last 12 months
This year.
average number of people you have. What is likely to be that number?
2,000, 2,500.
Huh?
2,500.
So 2,500 across 5 units or whatever. it
No,
is.
total 529 sales branches also.
Whatever. So across all of these branches and units, you have 2,800 employees. So your baseline is around 2,800, right?
Yes, yes.
You have to add only 5 and maintain those 5. Anything above 5 or above 5, you are eligible for all of those people.
Okay.
Now, if these people continue for 6 months, your accrued monthly incentive will come at the end of 6 months. If they continue for 12 months, again it will come to you.
During this period, the resignations would not be considered. No.
No. So if some of them resign, so against them you will not get. But let us say 2,800 is your baseline and 5 is the threshold, but you might have hired, let's say, 100 people.
Yes.
Right? If 100 has continued with you for 6 months, you will get for 100. But if in case 5 of them have resigned, you will get for 95. Like that. If, say, another 200 joins at some point, again, how many have continued for 6 months? Accordingly, you will get.
Suppose for example, some 80 people join someone, and during that month also in the sales force 50 have resigned. So we will have the net 30.
So what will happen is your net is looked at for the purpose of threshold only.
Okay.
Have you come below that 5 mark or not? If you have not come below the 5 mark, then the only thing that is looked at is how many of these people have completed 6 months.
Okay.
If they are with you for 6 months, let's say 55 are with you for 6 months in a particular month, then for that month, incentive will accrue for 55.
Okay.
If next month it becomes 75, then incentive will accrue for 75.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Sirs, this question, actually, we are representing Dollar Industries Limited. We are facing Dollar Industries Limited. We are into hosiery industry. The problem we are facing from last month that we have usually we have a huge number of requirements for stitching or pleating profiles. So basically, we ask the ladies from interior part that they should join us because they usually know stitching and all. So they should join us when they are coming. Last month only we faced this problem. When they came, we found that their face is not recognized because their Aadhaar card is when they were just 2 years back, 2 years old or 3 years old. So when we just try to do that photo or scan, the Aadhaar, they don't recognize that face. So they deny, and again we asked that lady to go back to and link the Aadhaar and all, updation of photo and all. Now in this way, we have just lost those 6-7 candidates who could be join us, but we have to ask them that do your Aadhaar updation and then come next one. So how we will resolve this issue, ma'am?
So there are Aadhaar enrollment centers and updation centers. You can visit the nearest post office that allows the Aadhaar updation or enrollment center. There are many other agencies also available. So figure out where is your industry?
Basically, our head office in Park Street, and this is in Barasat.
So Barasat will have check with the Barasat post office whether they have the Aadhaar enrollment center and send them there.
But ma'am, that need at least 17 days time. Why? Because that is what they told us.
No,
that
Aadhaar enrollment is instant. Okay. And although the Aadhaar card takes some time, but the receipt is given immediately. Okay, so yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Myself Sridivas. Ma'am, one point I would just like to add. It is for everyone. It is under the Aadhaar Act that any person, any child whose Aadhaar was generated before 18 years of age, that person, that girl needs to re-enroll herself in the Aadhaar, revalidate her biometrics and everything after 18 years of age. Or this problem will be faced by anyone, not only who has done Aadhaar at 2 years of age, but even at 17 years of age, if it has not been updated after obtaining 18 years of age, it will be faced by everyone, not only by our employees, even for our children also. This is something we should keep in mind. And just if you popularize or inform about this to your employees that really I think this should be done by everyone. सर आपका प्रीवियस मंथ में एक एम्प्लॉई हम लोग उसको लिया था ज्वाइन कराने के लिए सर उसका फेस तो मैच नहीं हो रहा था पूरा जो फेस है बहुत छोटा उम्र का तो हम लोग उसको पर मैम जैसे बोल रहे हैं हम लोग उसको सजेशन दें कि आप आपका फेस को आधार कार्ड में अपडेट करिए मैम वो अपडेट भी किया लेकिन उसके बाद भी हम लोग उसको ज्वाइनिंग नहीं करा पा रहे और जितना बड़ी मैम दे रहा है तो फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन में जाके आपका लिंक आउट हो जा रहा है ये प्रॉब्लम मैम बहुत हो रहा है
आपका इंटरनेट कनेक्शन ठीक है
नहीं मैम वो तो अपना फोन से ही कर रहे हैं
नहीं whether or not the internet speed is okay Wi-Fi वगैरह से ट्राई करो
एकदम ठीक है हम लोग
तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए बिकॉज़ फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी अच्छा चल रहा है
इसके लिए मैम उसको हम लोग अपना पेरोल ले भी नहीं पा रहे ऐसे बहुत सारे केसेस है
आप अपने मोबाइल से भी ट्राई कर सकते हो you can get the face authentication done through any mobile not only that person's mobile
लेकिन मैम इसके लिए तो उमंग का जो पासवर्ड और यूजर आईडी एम्प्लॉय का तो इंडिविजुअली बनाना पड़ेगा ना
you can do it on anybody's mobile पासवर्ड वगैरह तो आप सेट कर सकते हो
मैम जैसे यूएन का आपका जो पोर्टल है सर
उमंग ऐप पे इसका फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन इनको नहीं वीडियो नहीं कैन यू शो देम द डेमो हियर आपने किसी का भी करके डेमो कैन यू डू
अच्छा फेस आईडी मोबाइल में पूरे देखा था
outside the thing later on if possible just show them the demo let them see what is the issue they are facing
और मैम यहाँ पे क्या है मोस्ट ऑफ एम्प्लॉय
through the Umang app, this is not working. We get some complaint regarding that one. So what I would suggest is that although the Umang app in our process flow, it is not mentioned. You try to download the Face RD app from the this one Google Play Store.
Face RD app.
Yeah, install it. It helps in it runs the it is once installed it smoothens the process. There are so few errors there if you install it one. But in our website and in our Umang process, it is not mentioned that you have to compulsorily this one install that one Face RD app. You please download that and add it. And another one we have mentioned we have found is that Apple phones it is creating some problems. So please use the Android phones.
so Rupesh I think what will help is either live demo of how it is to be done. Otherwise, what you do is when you are doing a face auth of a real person, videograph it and then make it available to all of them. So this they might not have done that other RD app. They might not have downloaded. As a result, this face authentication is not happening. जो आपको वीडियो दिखाया गया था उसमें वो बोला था कि आपको उमंग ऐप डाउनलोड करना है और एक फेस आरडी का भी ऐप है वो भी डाउनलोड कर दोनों चीजें चाहिए दोनों चीज होने से आपका होगा अदरवाइज नहीं
मैम माय क्वेश्चन इज एज ए इंडिविजुअल एम्प्लॉय हम अगर हमारा इवेंट को एक्टिवेट करना चाहते हैं तो फर्स्ट हम हमारा मोबाइल में या हमारा डेस्कटॉप में एज ए एम्प्लॉय हम इवेंट का गूगल प्ले से जाके हम इवेंट को डाउनलोड करके पहले हमारा आधार कार्ड डिटेल्स देके हम हमारा पासवर्ड बना देगा उसके बाद हमारा इवेंट का जो डिटेल हम उसके अंदर में घुस कर देख सकते हैं ऐसे ही हम अगर इंडिविजुअली हर मेंबर का एक इवेंट उमंग ऐप डाउनलोड करा देते हैं फोन में उसके बाद उसका इवेंट एक्टिवेशन और फिर इसका जो है प्रोसेस कराते थे। इसमें से मैम सबसे प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है आपका ज्यादा एम्प्लॉय का, मतलब बहुत सारे एम्प्लॉय मैम उसका पास स्मार्टफोन नहीं है।
आपको मैंने कहा कि उनके पास का स्मार्टफोन है तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं है तो आप अपने मोबाइल से कर सकते हैं।
ठीक है।
most cases, employers are helping their one because उन्होंने पहला तो ऐसा बोला कि रिसीव कर रहा है तो मोबाइल होना चाहिए, उसका इश्यू का होना चाहिए, तो वो मोबाइल से employer जो है, the employer is calling the employees and then helping them. The OTP will come to the mobile of the running mobile of the employee only. So sharing the OTP, they are just updating it one. It takes some time, but that's how the other employers are helping their employees.
Or ma'am, my
Excuse me, sir. If Madam and Sir has repeatedly given you the solutions, so if you have any further doubts, please contact Regional Office Park Street so that we can address other questions from other participants. Please.
Yeah, if any camp is required, I think you can approach directly, sir, and then we can arrange some camp there.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sonali Agrawal from ITC Limited. First of all, thank you so much for an insightful session. I have a query with respect to part B of the benefit, which is the benefit to the employers. This benefit is calculated on the basis of the baseline average number of employees, which so basically the baseline period is 1st August 24 to 31st July 25. So the thing is, for instance, in this particular period, and I'll just explain with the help of an example. If a company undergoes restructuring, so for example, demerger happens. So, for example, in the beginning of the year, the number of employees were 8,000. Due to demerger, 2,000 employees got separated from the that particular company, and separate company got formed. Now, at the end of the year, the average, the number of employees come down to 6,000. So if we'll see as per the ECR, the average of number of employees will be 7,000 employees. However, suppose in the next month, which is August 25, the company hires 500 more employees. Right now, the employee count is 6,500, but our average baseline number is 7,000. So as per the average baseline, we are not eligible to get the benefit. However, in the current scenario, we have generated employment for 500 more employees. So in this particular scenario, just wanted to know that does this scheme incorporates the provision for restructuring of a company, or it is straight line basis the average number of employees, because in this particular scenario, employer will lose out on the additional 500 and further 500 more employees which they will employ.
Again, when you say demerger, the new company has a different PAN.
Yeah, the new company which is formed will have all the things separate, will get registered under the Companies Act.
We'll have to check this. It is based on baseline, and I don't think there are these kind of provisions thought of right now, but we'll get back.
Sure, thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everybody. Especially, I have a question regarding. We are from Usha Martin Limited. Myself and Niladi Chakravarti and Mr. Devoto Ghosh is here. My question is, we have the exempted establishment, and we have 3 separate codes in 3 separate states. One is under Usha Martin Limited, Park Street, one in under Ranchi division, and one in under Hoshiarpur, Punjab. 3 separate codes, but the company PAN that Madam asked for other persons, we have a single PAN, Usha Martin Limited. And normally in the ECR, we submit the ECR Park Street for our corporate office, Calcutta, Kolkata. For Ranchi, separate in Ranchi division, Ranchi RPFC, and for Hoshiarpur, that is under Punjab. So I have a question that we also the manufacturing unit that is in our Ranchi plant and also in Hoshiarpur. But in Calcutta, this is the corporate office. So 3 separate each year generated every month. Normally, member also joined in each division monthly basis. So for corporate, that is maintained in Park Street office. So first question is, this is eligible for our this scheme for corporate office. Second is that the separate ECR in Ranchi and Hoshiarpur, is it for a separate entity? You are eligible for that. This scheme is eligible for that or not? And finally, extended question is the gross wages, EPF wages. This is the separate things. So we have some employees, those salary maybe differ in first month, second month, or in puja month. That is for something bonus paid, or for few employees they have got the incentive for fixed months, 1 or 2 months in a year. And other region, the Ranchi and Hoshiarpur region, that this year we have submitted for the monthly basis. There are some workers included in every month, and the fixed workers do have longly serviced in our company. And the new laborers and new officers, those joined in August. And we, Usha Martin Limited, till date not yet registered in this scheme because we don't know the registration purpose, what is the registration process. So after this concerned your for the speech, we will positively register our PF codes. So the question is the 3 separate PF codes we have and the eligible limit. What are the eligible limit for us in a separate course?
I think ma'am has already answered that while she was replying to that ma'am there from ITC. So government has to take something in from the system that it considers as unique. You must know that there is something called 2A coverage in EPF. So in current date, any establishment using the same PAN can take a different code number at some other place for his compliance, ease of compliance, or for some reason that he has many units in different districts. He is taking a separate code number, but under 2A, but the PAN remains same. So in this scheme, it's a deliberate scheme design that we will consider any entity having the same PAN at the same unit. And it was even in ABRY. In ABRY also, you must remember that even in the declaration, it was given that if you are a sister concern, then you have to give the total number and the increase or decrease will be calculated accordingly. And I think while replying to the person from Excite, ma'am clarified this that it's the same scenario that you will have to look at the total picture. You combine all the 3 units, and if there is an increase of 5, obviously your baseline will be much more than 50. So if it is 5 or more, then you will get the benefits, and all your units are eligible. There is nothing like we are differentiating anything based on the unit. They may be having different PF code numbers, different for Ranchi, different from Hoshiarpur, Punjab, and different from Park Street. But our system will, at the back end, it will compile all the 3 data, compare it, and determine your eligibility accordingly.
Abhijit, just one thing. I want to ask you, you have one GST registration, right?
No, GST is
You have a separate GST. So, and these PF codes, your bank accounts are also separate?
No, bank account.
Bank account is same?
The PAN is same.
PAN is single, I understand that, and your bank account is also single.
And bank account maintained in the ECR is same.
So then, let's go step by step. All three have to register, right? Like you are giving the thing, you will give the GST number, you will give the PAN as same for all three, and the bank account as same for all, right? When after 6 months, when the payment is due to you, EPFO before that will ask you that whether your bank account is same for all PAN, and if it is in your case it is simple because the bank account is same. In case people have separate bank accounts but one PAN, EPFO will be asking you which bank account you want the money to go to. So against each PAN there will be one bank account to which the incentive will go. As far as your if your Park Street office is given a different GST this thing, which is not a manufacturing sector, for your corporate office it will be a 2 years incentive, and for manufacturing sector offices you will have 4 years. You said something about gross wages and EPF wages, right? The gross wage is needed to see the eligibility of the person, that it is not above the ceiling limit. So that's a one-time, right? And the EPF wages is what you are giving every month. Now you might have given that person bonus or some incentive that is not taken into account for calculation for this, because it is only EPF. So EPF wages, whatever you have declared in your ECR, based on that, system will calculate the incentive that should be going to you, and it will go. Have I answered all your questions?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ma'am already replied it, but one more thing, that once your eligibility is decided on the basis of your first salary, then if your gross wages exceeds 1 lakh limit, then you still remain eligible for that.
Sorry.
One more thing regarding exempted establishments. You need to file ECR for preceding 12 months. That is from August 2024 to July 2025. Okay? So that has also to be done. And in case there may be some employees who are getting more than 15,000, they may be part of your trust, but you may not be have generated their UN. So you have to generate their UN using this FAT technology.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any questions for the online course?
There are 16 participants joined through WebEx. So if anybody has any question related to PMVBRY, please put your question. Anybody, please?
Questions are there.
This is not related to the scheme, shall we?
Raghunath Roy, HPL has raised, Raghunath Roy has raised his question.
You can unmute anybody.
Unmute. Raghunath Roy wants to speak.
Hello.
Namaskar, myself Raghunath Roy.
Hello. Please put your question.
Myself Raghunath Roy from Haldia Petrochemical Limited.
Yes, sir.
Actually, suppose one employee joined our organization and after 7 months he got the benefit, and the 8 months he left the organization. Then how the role of employer? What will be the role, employer role? Will be paid any refund?
No, sir. Actually, if you understand the scheme design correctly, here the benefits are being paid after checking and ensuring that the criteria has been fulfilled before that payment is being made. So there is no question of refund as such, because the benefit, the first time benefit to both the employee as party, to
to the employer in Part B is for that the mandatory requirement is 6 months continuous employment. So after 6 months, he gets his first installment, the employer gets his Part B benefit. Then after in the 7th month or 8th month, if he leaves the job, then there is no benefit in the second part. So there is no question of refund.
ना वहाँ पे एक जगह लिखा है कि 12 months को एम्प्लॉयमेंट करना है 12 month एक ही एम्प्लॉयमेंट में 12 months रहना है ऐसा तो लिखा है मेरे
Sir, actually we are trying to promote that not only 12 months, you keep him for the entire 2 years period, but the mandatory requirement is only 6 months. So if the first 6 months is completed, then you get the first your first installment of benefit. The employee also gets his first installment of Part A benefit. After that, if he continues for another 6 months, he gets another installment. You get your next installment of Part B benefit. If he leaves between the 6th and the 12th month, then he also does not get his part of the second installment of the Part A benefit, and you will also not get any benefit on his behalf. There is no question of refund.
No question anything refund, right?
No. The design is such that everything is checked unless and until there is some misrepresentation of fact or something which you can call fraud. There is no refund at all.
Anybody else? Any question relevant to PMVBRY? Please put your question. I think we have addressed all the questions that were placed. So thank you very much for your enthusiastic participation and putting brilliant questions that have been answered by our respected dignitaries. And still, if you have any question, any doubt, we have nominated one nodal officer. You can note down his name and mobile number. Muhammad Ashraf Kamil, RPFC 1, Zonal Office, Kolkata. His number is 99082157737. He is the nodal officer for the entire zone besides the regional offices. And also we have a toll-free number 14480. That is also available. Muhammad Ashraf Kamil. Muhammad Ashraf Kamil. Yeah. अच्छा फेक वेबसाइटটা দেখো চলো we have the presentation first slide fake. So this is a slide to show you, just to make you aware, there is one fake website doing the round in the social media platform with Ministry of Labor and Employment. So please be very careful not to venture into the site. So this is a fake site. Just go through this site. It is almost resembles this actual site. So we'll show you the actual this thing. So this site is fake. So please be careful not to venture, or please tell your employees and your peers, etc., so that they do not venture into this slide. Okay, this is our one caution from this side. Next slide, sir. This is the details of the nodal officer that I was talking about. Muhammad Ashraf Kamil, Regional Provident Fund Commissioner 1, Zonal Office, Kolkata. His number is also displayed. You can note down the mobile number. And also, so you can contact him for any doubt, any clarification, he will provide. Also, we have one toll-free number 14480. That is also available, All India toll-free number. There also you can call to get your queries answered. So show the next link, second link. So this is our EPFO's website. Go into that, and there are plethora of presentations. There is YouTube presentations, on various topics apart from PMVBRY. If you want to have any information like settlement of claim, requirement of documents for filing with the claim, etc., etc. There is a huge number of presentations, videos, all educative videos that you can venture. Okay, so that is provided in our website, EPFO's website. Just go to YouTube channel link and click there. That will help you. Thank you. Well, now we have reached the moment and have the honor and privilege to invite our chief guest, Madam Madhumita Das, Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor, Ministry of Labour and Employment, Government of India, to deliver her keynote address. Madam.
Thank you. So I'm very happy to be with you. We have had one meeting yesterday in Rishra, Hubli, and today that we are here to talk to you. I'm sure my colleagues here from EPFO have been continuously contacting people like you already. And today the discussion that we have had, I would like to just highlight that this scheme, the way it has been envisaged is to support the creation of 3.5 crore jobs. Now, who is going to create the jobs? The jobs are not going to be created by government. The jobs are being created by you people, right? And creation of jobs it depends upon your business cycle, right? So we understand that your business cycles have ups and downs, and that is why you will see that the design is such that we have taken 12 months baseline, tried to see that there might be seasonal changes in your hiring pattern. That is kept into mind. So this is our effort to support you as you grow, as you increase your production, your capacity. Labor as a factor of production is supported by the Ministry of Labor. That is the main focus of this scheme. Now, the reason that we have capped, the incentive for people who are getting a gross wages of 1 lakh rupees or less is that our statistics show that almost everyone who is getting a new employment is getting employment below this amount. Very few get more than 1 lakh, and we would like to focus. Government has limited resources; it is not unlimited. So we would like to focus these resources on creating jobs for the fresh recruits, the first timers, and also for rejoinees, because we understand that the first timers also will not always remain with the same industry for a very long time. They also want career progression and they move to other industries. So we don't want that you should be absolutely limited to fresh employment only. And therefore, this element of part B, where the rejoinees are also included, has been brought in. Now, the focus of this scheme is on the employers, because it is the employers who will create the employment, right? So that is why the focus of all our outreach is also with you. Now, for the first timers who come into the employment after their education, they know very limited facts about life. So when you are recruiting them, please tell them that there is they should remain with you for at least 6 months. The first timers part A benefit is being given to them only after 6 months, because we understand that the youth now is not, their staying power is a bit less. So this is a push, like my colleague said, This is a behavior push that we are trying to do by saying that you will get the incentive only after you have stayed for 6 months. You stay for 6 months, you learn how to behave, how to work in a office environment. They'll also learn the necessary skills. You will also get some output out of them. That is why we have not gone for 3 months or something like that. Now this is a, you can say it's arbitrary, 6 months or 12 months or 3 months. We had to come to some figure. Again, the overall statistics showed us that at least 6 months is a cycle that can benefit most of the industry. Now, when you are hiring our first timers, please tell them that they have to get this face authentication done. Without that, they'll not be able to log into the employee portal from now onwards. It is simple. We have, like we said to these people, that although in urban areas and in most of the industries, we see that people who are joining, they have smartphones, but for rural background people, they may not have smartphones. In which case, please help them, register. Also, my request to all of you, whoever is your old employee, also please ask everyone to do face authentication, because when they come for their claims, unless they're you see, all the banks will also tell you re KYC karo, and you keep your KYC details updated all the time. This is our way of doing KYC of the PF members. Please do this, and to that extent, whatever help you require from EPFO, I'm sure I speak from on the behalf of my colleagues here. They will help you. There is a Nidhi Aapke Nikat outreach that happens every month on 27th of every month. I would suggest that the industry may come forward, talk to EPFO, and offer to host the Nidhi Aapke Nikat at your premises, so that we can come there, help you with any face authentication or any other thing related to EPFO. That would be helpful for all of you. Now, as far as how much incentive you will get if you sustain, I think we have tried to answer. But if you have more questions, EPFO has given you a lot of their social media handles. They have told you the nodal officer that you can get in touch with. I would also request our colleagues here, whoever has come today, please create a WhatsApp group, keep this group alive. Share all the information that you have given, all the informative videos that you think will be useful in that group, and also seek feedback. We have tried from our side, we have tried to learn from our earlier schemes and the difficulties that you faced, you might have faced in some of these implementations, and tried to make this scheme, the design of this scheme, more user friendly. And you will see that only all that we are asking for part A and also for part B is that the employee should be face authenticated. And the second thing that we are asking is that the details we do not have from you. For example, your GST registration, we had never before asked you. That GST registration, the PAN linked bank account is all that we are asking for. It's a one-time thing. After that, there is no claims to be made. There are no further compliance burden. Whatever you are declaring in your ECR and you are submitting to EPFO, according to that, in the back end, the system will calculate and give you the incentive, right? So my suggestion to all of you is immediately register. For each PF code, please register, give us the PAN, GST, bank account details. You are done after that. Help your employees get their UANs authenticated through face authentication. You are done. After this, it is up to your business cycle, your hiring. The more you hire, the more we help, right? We have to, Government of India has given 99,000 crores for as a budgeted support for this scheme. As long as we do not cross that, we are only asking you for the minimum threshold, maximum is no limit. So any industry which is seeing good growth, there is a sunrise sector, we are happy to, right? I think for the exempted establishments, my request is that immediately submit your ECRs if you have not done already. Do this authentication, get all your, even the people who are above 15,000 up to 1 lakh, their UN should be created quickly so that you don't miss out. The registration period is for these 2 years. Although anybody who registers up to 31st of July 2027 will get the benefit of 2 years or 4 years after that. But you can avail the benefits immediately after the, now that the window has started. Now, if you have any difficulty, get in touch with EPFO and use these social media videos that there are. There are many. You have seen one. There are many like this, and share these videos with your employees also. It will help them. There are 1 or 2 more things that I will just bring to your notice. EPFO is constantly trying to improve. There are challenges, we know. A lot of their IT infrastructure, which has been a problem with EPFO, is getting upgraded. There will be already there is some improvement, and there will be continuous improvement after this. There is also, we are trying to make the process of accessing PF withdrawals very, very easy. So going forward, you will see a UPI like facility also coming in, which will in the UPI app itself there will be a withdrawal from PF also enabled. Like you can pay your bills through UPI, it will also become available. It's undergoing UAT at the moment. There is for the pensioners, for all your pensioners, if like some of these pensioners go and settle in very remote areas and they face a difficulty in getting their life certificates. So now Government of India has made life certificate very easy through the digital life certificate, and EPFO is making it easier by tying up with the postal department, so that these DLCs will now be generated at the doorstep of the pensioners. Anywhere in the country, the pensioners can simply call their postman. The postman will come and do the DLC at their doorstep and not charge anything extra. And the DLCs will be available so that the pensioner's pension will not be delayed anymore. Although I know that once the employees have retired, you have very little to do with them. But since this is a social security cover that you as employer have also invested all through the employee's life, bring this to the notice of the employees once this is also coming very soon. So like this, there are many other things that will come. Like SIC has brought this free, there is a amnesty scheme also that they have come up with. Amnesty scheme for EPFO is also in the works. It will come out shortly. I will not be able to share the details with you right now, but it's at a very advanced stage of deliberations. So I think one more thing that I want to just leave you with. You would have noticed that Government of India, like Sir said here, that a lot of things are being done at the same time. IT, income tax slabs have been restructured. Recently, GST has been rationalized. Now we hope that with this, there will be a boost in consumption. There will be hopefully a boost in demand, which will also allow you to hire more. Therefore, this scheme has come very timely for you. If there is more hiring that you do, the more the incentive will come. So I would request as the nodal officer for West Bengal that all industry of West Bengal takes full advantage of the scheme. It is available for a limited time. Make sure that you take maximum benefit from it. We would be very happy to help you. And the team here, all I'm very thankful to Landamangji. He has brought all his team in full force here. So all of them stand committed to help you. We will welcome your feedback because this is only the first few initial steps that we are taking. This is going to be a long period of working together. This is not a scheme that can be run by the government. It is an absolute PPP. This is our support to you, and you have to make use of this. Therefore, we are going to always work with you, right? So, I think there are one or two questions that have been raised here. We will get back to you, and my colleagues will answer your questions. Okay? Thank you, and you have been a lovely audience. Thank you to SAIL for hosting us. Very, very gracious of you. And I hope that SAIL will also take full benefit of the scheme all over the country. And Ladamanji, thank you very much. Thank you.
A sincere thanks to Madam for your words of wisdom and your inspiration, which will undoubtedly enrich today's proceedings and leave us inspired. Going ahead, there is a small announcement that Zonal Training Institute, the Eastern Zone that comprises 3-4 states, they are organizing one-day workshop on this PMVBRY for the employers on 22nd and 23rd. One-day workshop for the employers on 22nd and 23rd of this month. So where you are all cordially invited to join to have a detailed analysis, detailed exposure on this scheme. So please share this information to your employees, to your friends, your colleagues, your peer employers, and the employers associations to participate wholeheartedly in this program. So our respected Regional Provident Fund Commissioner, Mr. Abhijit Kundu is here. He's the Regional PF Commissioner of this Zonal Training Institute. So you can get in touch with him. So thank you, sir. Thank you, madam, once again. So we have reached almost at the culmination of this program. So I will request our respected Regional PF Commissioner, Mr. Suraj Gupta, sir, Regional Office, Park Street, to deliver vote of thanks. Sir.
Respected Madam G. Madhumita Das, Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor, Ministry of Labour and Employment, Government of India. Respected Shri P. Lalsamang, sir, Additional Central PF Commissioner, Kolkata Zone. Esteemed participants, colleagues, friends, good afternoon. It gives me immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks as we near the conclusion of this highly enriching seminar on Pradhan Mantri Vikshit Bharat Rozgar Yojana, which is organized here at the conference hall of SAIL Ispat Bhavan, Kolkata. At the very outset, I express our profound gratitude to Madam G. Madhumita Das for gracing the occasion with her presence and delivering a highly inspiring keynote address. Madam, your insights today have reinforced the significance of the scheme as a critical tool in generating employment opportunities and strengthening India's labor ecosystem. Your words will surely guide us in effective implementation of the scheme. Also, our sincere thanks to Shri P. Lalsamang for taking the time to be present and supporting this important initiative and for providing leadership to our organization as we work towards realizing the vision of empowered and inclusive employment. Further, our sincere thanks to Shri S.K. Sharma, Executive Director SAIL, for providing us this beautiful conference hall for for the program. We are also deeply indebted to all the distinguished speakers who made their valuable contributions today. Shri Abhijit Kundu, RPFC1, whose detailed PowerPoint presentation gave us a clear and structured understanding of the scheme's objective and implementation strategies. Shri A.K. Tiwari, who generously shared the industry insights, and he also shed light on how the private sector can be a partner in the endeavor. Shri A.K. Sharma, whose presentation on SPREE 2025 by the ESIC highlighted another employment-focused initiative of the Government of India. Our special thanks to the technical and organizing team for making this seminar seamless, especially for the hybrid format and live streaming on YouTube. This allowed a much wider audience to benefit from today's discussion. I also extend my appreciation to all participants, government officials, industry representatives, and esteemed guests for their active engagement during the interactive session. Your questions and inputs have made the seminar truly participative and solution-oriented. Last but not the least, I thank each and every person behind the scenes, including the support staff and volunteers who ensured this event was conducted smoothly and professionally. Let us all continue to work together hand in hand to transform the vision of the scheme into tangible outcomes, empowering India's workforce and contribute towards nation building. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words and gratitude. On behalf of EPFO and ESIC family, I take this opportunity to once again thank all the distinguished dignitaries, officers, participants, both in person and online, for making this program a grand success. Stay safe, stay connected, and have a wonderful day ahead. There is an arrangement for refreshment. Please participate. And thank you and goodbye.
We have the lunch. May I have the pleasure of inviting everyone for lunch. Okay.